What's going on? What's going on? This is going to be about Dr. King's Which Way Its Soul Shall Go. And it was the comments that he said. He said, sorry to have to say the vast majority of white Americans are racist, either consciously or unconsciously. This was one of the last pieces that he did before he was unalived. And some people always point out to the fact that the media doesn't ever want to talk about that he was headed more towards what Malcolm X, Elijah Shabazz was saying, even though I thought it was always a part of him. But he found out that what was going on in America, they were not about working together. He found out that there was divide to keep a divide, to keep division, to keep it as such. And I thought it was very, what he said, which is almost 60 years old, is still very much in play to today, because he would be very disappointed that a country that professes itself to be so uh, superior and financially and what have you has allowed uh, the elements of Trump and that whole mega thing is embarrassing. How can you make something great again if it wasn't great to begin with? How can you say that you are pushing a situation when it hasn't been prosperous to begin with? You've been born and bred in a place where you're a product of it, and they tell you that what you did, what you said was all a lie, which wasn't truth. So he's speaking on some hard hitting facts right here when he talks about how it ends up being systematic institutionalized racism and how it's done in a way where people are made to how the realities are. And it's called white privilege. It's called systematic institutionalized. It's called ways that things are indoctrined. It's called ways that things take on a shape and life of their own. It's a very important read because the media never talks about it. They just want to talk about the I Have a Dream speech and selective speeches. They never want to talk about which way its soul shall go, because he made this point very clear how what he saw. All his work done in vain, done to the totality, and nobody wanted to work went through the problems. We went through that particular problem back when he was in prison, and what he went through with different presidential people and different people that were on, from Kennedy to Lyndon B. Johnson. So when he made this, he had gone through the ringers. He had been to the highest of the highest. He had been through a lot of stuff where he had said that so much that was going on. And so this was a very strong opinion piece that he had to say. Think about this before he was unalive, that this is what he saw as America, as what he saw in his last final days on this earth, that this is what happens. They never, ever, ever, ever put this out forth that this is what he was enduring, what he saw. But he bared up to him that whether consciously or unconsciously, that when you have entitlement, that when you have privilege, you don't really see what's going on. How often do you have that encounter when you have encounters, racial conversations, where it's like, I didn't know, I never knew, I never thought, I didn't see it? How often do we still say that? As we saw what happened with George Floyd, as we've seen with Black Lives Matter, we've seen with the police brutality and the things that go on every day. How often is that said? So Dr. King was alluding to something that he saw coming that is still being echoed in this day, in this time. So take that in consideration and do read Which Way Its Soul Shall Go. Please hit like, subscribe, welcome thoughts, comments, and I do respond. Thank you. Wash your hands, keep your mind clear, watch out for one another. Stay safe, stay blessed, stay woke, stay free. I'm at one time. Peace.